Welcome to Reflection Thursday. The sufferings of Jesus crucified included much more than his whipping, his mocking by the Roman soldiers, and just the physical process of the crucifixion itself. Consider that Jesus heard agony in stereo. You remember there are two others who are crucified with him, one on his right and another on his left. Now, these two were bandits. The traditional term is robbers. But this fits in with Isaiah 53 and 12 that Jesus was counted or numbered among the transgressors. Uh, Obviously, these guys were more than robbers because to earn a crucifixion, one would have to do more than just a simple burglary. And if we take what John 18:40 says, it identifies Barabbas as a bandit or an insurrectionist, which is the same that these two. And think about this for a moment. Does this mean that if Pilate had set Jesus free, that the fellow that would have been crucified between these two other bandits would have been Barabbas himself? What I really want you to focus on, though, is that Jesus being the center, he hears the sounds of the pounding of the nails through flesh and bone, the shrieks, the cursing, the gasp for air from the left and the right in stereo. You would think that hearing that on both sides would make your own pain and agony even greater. Consider the emotional flogging at Golgotha. I'm going to use the phrasing from the Revised English Bible, the passerbys. So you're the man who was to pull down the temple and rebuild it in 3 days? If you really are the Son of God, save yourself and come down from the cross. Now, these passerbyers' taunts are phrased similarly to the temptations of the tempter of Matthew chapter 4, which again, if you are the Son of God, prove it by an extraordinary feat. Now, there's the leaders of Jerusalem, and they knew how to exact emotional pain. Consider their taunts. He saved others, but he cannot save himself. King of Israel, indeed. Let him come down now from the cross, and then we shall believe in him. He trusted in God, didn't he? Let God rescue him if he wants him. For he said he was God's son. Well, that's taunting. The leaders failed to see that it was the will of Yahweh to crush him with pain as a sin offering that Isaiah 53 talks about. They forgot that King David, the standard by which all kings of Israel were measured, was taunted by the citizens of Israel and suffered emotional anguish as a result. And so the wording in Matthew 27:38 through 44 echoes King David's laments of Psalm 22 and 109. Even the bandits who were crucified with Jesus taunted him in the same way. Now, how these fellas mustered the energy from their own pain and agony to toss taunts and insults at Jesus is beyond me. I mean, it's rough when the down and out take it out on another who is down and out, but then that's what humans tend to do. As I mentioned in the previous lesson, followers of Jesus need to be sensitive to his treatment. The treatment and the insults and the brutality that was dished out to him. And so how can we condone or participate in brutality, be it physical or be it verbal, in insulting, deriding, and taunting others? Now, in our political and news media environment, belittling others is in vogue, but it is so unchristlike. Remember the warning of Proverbs 24:17 through 18. It states, "Do not rejoice when your enemies fall, and do not let your heart be glad when they stumble, or else the Lord will see it, and he will be displeased." Well, we need to be careful. We need not to repeat what was done to Jesus. Until next time, God bless.